As someone with dwarfism, I have spent more money on the clothing alterations than the clothes themselves, which begs the question, was that clothing worth purchasing from the very beginning? However, today I'm going to show you how to know if a sweater, for example, is worth buying as a little woman in 4 steps. What inspired me to create this presentation and to show you this method that is a total game changer to the point where I wish I knew it eons ago was a video I saw on TikTok from a fellow Little Woman content creator who sarcastically mentioned to her audience that she couldn't wait to pay to cut off half of what she paid for. Essentially, there were these pair of pants that were too long and she needed to hem them in order to fit. However, as a fellow little woman myself, I started to question, wow, how much fabric are we really cutting off in order for this garment to fit? And is there a way to figure that out before we purchase? Using the method I'm about to show you, here are 5 sweaters ranking from hard pass to add to cart immediately. Now with the method I'm showing you, there are 2 things you need to know. 1, you need to know the fabric content, and 2, you'll need to know how much fabric you are cutting off to fit. So here's an example. The Quince Mongolian Cashmere Crewneck Sweater. Looking at the website, the fabric content is Mongolian cashmere. Quince is pricing this sweater at $50. And seeing the sizing chart, which shows the sweater dimensions, I would need to cut off 15 inches of fabric. And when you Google fabric price for Mongolian cashmere, you are going to see a wide variety of prices. However, look for the prices that pertain to fabric wholesale companies rather than websites like Alibaba, which is how I got the $30 per yard. And just an FYI, all fabric prices are per yard. So to figure out how much fabric being cut off is worth, you're going to use the following equation. So there are 36 inches in a yard. So you're going to take 36, you divide it by how many inches need to be cut off. So in my case, 15. So 36 divided by 15. You take that number and then you times it by the fabric price, which is $30. So for me, this is $72 worth of fabric being cut off, which is more than the original price. I personally do not feel comfortable in cutting off fabric that is priced more than what I originally paid for, so this would be a hard pass for me. Mathematically, financially, it doesn't make sense. Option 2, the Nadam, the original cashmere sweater, is 100% cashmere. They're asking $98. I would need to cut off 14 inches for the sleeves to fit. I saw that for this fabric content, it's $50 per yard. Therefore, I would need to cut $129 worth of fabric. Again, this sweater is not for me. Now, the third option, Quince Australian Merino Wool Half Zip Sweater, is Australian Merino Wool. It's $80. Very similar to the first Quince sweater, it would be 15 inches. And I saw that it's $27 per yard. So it would be $65 worth of fabric being cut off. Now, that is less than the original price, but it's only $15, which is why this half zip sweater is not ideal, but it could work. Option 4, Alex Mill Nico cardigan in cotton, is 100% chunky cotton knit. They're asking $178. and I would need to cut off 13 inches of fabric for the sleeves to fit. I saw that for the fabric price, it's $13 per yard. Now, also another fact is we're never going to know the fabric price that these companies paid for to acquire the fabric to make the sweaters. This is just a nice little guesstimation. It's just a nice little guide to help us figure out whether or not this item is worth purchasing. Essentially, it's $36 worth of fabric being cut off for this sweater to fit me, which is why I would add this to cart, because that $36 is only worth 20% of the original price. And I don't have a lot of blue sweaters, so in actuality, I would be wearing this sweater probably once every 2 weeks, and each time I would wear it, that price per wear goes down. But hold on, I did say 5, and none of these sweaters are immediately add to cart. Which brings me to the sweater from my brand. It actually fits. And this sweater is an immediately add to cart because you're not cutting off any fabric for the sleeves to fit you. So it's 0 inches and it's $0 worth. So while the $178 sweater isn't a ripoff, this sweater is worth way more because it will actually fit you. So you never have to beg the question of whether or not this purchase is worth it. If you would like to know more information about the sweater, I have presented a QR code for you to scan. Now, if this kind of sweater intrigues you, as in no alterations are needed, then I have even better news. It actually fits, sells not only sweaters, but also a loose tee, a ruche top, tie-waisted pants, ankle pants, a dress, a skirt, and a jacket. And even better news, I'm looking for women between 3'5" to 4'3" to help find clothes that will actually fit. The best part is, you don't have to try on a ton of clothes to find your fit or worry about how to get the clothing on and off. All the clothes were intentionally designed for dwarfism bodies. For example, all the tops have wide necklines, the bottoms have expandable waistbands, and all the pieces are wheelchair stroller friendly. I will work with you to make sure you have your guaranteed fit before you try on any of the clothes. From selecting your size to trying on the clothes in the comfort of your home, I will work with you because I want every little woman to finally have an amazing shopping experience. If this sounds fair, you can contact me in 3 ways. You can go to itactuallyfits.com and use the chat feature. You can email me at lisa@itactuallyfits.com, or you can direct message me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Now, before I go, this is my gift to you. This is a copy of the Excel spreadsheet that I used to create this presentation, and here is a preview of how it works. So it's called Rip Off or Not, and you're essentially answering the question of whether or not this clothing item is worth it. Here are body measurements for you to input your own measurements, and then you can put in the clothing item you're evaluating, the brand, the name of the item, the fabric content, the price, the inches to cut off, the fabric price, as well as how much fabric is being cut off is worth. When you essentially do all of this, then you can answer these questions of, does the fabric cost more than the original price? Therefore, is this clothing item worth buying? Like I mentioned earlier, knowing this method, it has been a complete game changer, and it's totally going to change how I personally, as a little woman, shop for clothes, and I really hope that it does the same thing for you. If you need assistance with the Excel sheet, as in the mathing isn't for you, or you're not still quite understanding how it works, you can also use the 3 methods to contact me, and I can definitely assist you. And if you have like ideas you want me to also do, such as analyzing dresses or jackets or a specific brand, leave a comment and I will look into your suggestions. So I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye now.